Best Offices Ottawa is an attempt to showcase some of the most innovative, energetic, inspirational offices in Ottawa. And we're here with three of the proponents of this project, and we're going to run a panel discussion for the next few minutes to really kind of delve into, what makes a best office. And I'm very happy to introduce three of our panelists right here. Starting on my left, we have Bill Seulis from GolPro. Thanks for joining us, Bill. And we have Bill Toutant from Advanced Business Interiors. And of course, we've got Jeff from FLUX Lighting. Thank you very much, Jeff, for being part of the project this year. We appreciate that. Bill, I'm going to start with you. We just saw some fantastic videos of 6 of the best offices. Furniture has to be a really key component of what we're seeing in some of the best offices today. So tell me a little bit about what we're seeing in terms of trends in office furniture.
Well, I'm lucky to have the experts in my office full-time, which is Hayworth, which is a global company. So if I need information, I go to Mercedes, because I'm the Mercedes dealer. It's the same type of relationship. Yeah. So I'd like to introduce Bobby Joe from Hayworth. And I also have Margaret Jackson. So I have the specialists in my office. So I thought I would quote what they said. Okay, awesome. And I'm old. I had to write it down. They said basically what's huge right now is flexibility. Movable walls, that whole thing is huge right now. Nobody's going drywall anymore, okay? So that enables you to transform the space quickly and easily with little disruption. The other thing, mobility, working from areas other than your desk. The younger people are restless. They want to move. They want to collaborate. They want to go to technology. They want to go to the different rooms to meet and convene. So collaborative spaces and wireless technology allows the workplace to work in any space in the entire facility. If you walk around my facility here, we have small meeting rooms. We have workstations. Everybody works in different areas, and we're totally wireless. The wireless technology is huge.
Jeff Fitch from FLUX Lighting. I think people are developing more of an appreciation for what lighting brings to an office. And, when I think back to the 70s and 80s, think of these horrendous, like, fluorescent bulbs. I used to hear from our employees, like, even at the end of the day, especially in the darker months, people would say, my God, I'm getting migraines and that type of stuff. So, not only is lighting important from a functional point of view, but it can be used as a design component. So I hope you could share a bit of information with our audience here today about the importance of lighting when you're creating your best offices.
Thank you. You could start very simply from productivity, from an employee perspective. With a good lighting design or a good lighting strategy, and a lot of the same words that Bill used in the furniture industry, we use in the lighting industry, like flexibility, being able to adjust to a different task in the space. But simple productivity is keeping your employees at work. So with a good lighting design strategy, it's less eye strain, less headaches, those kind of things that you end up having a lot of people away from work. So just something as simple as that. Another thing is just the whole environmental movement or go green kind of idea, where with the LED technology today, the things we're able to control from a light output, half consumption and get the same light output when you're consuming half the energy, and which can sometimes just be dollars in someone's pocket. The biggest thing with controls and now daylighting, I know we talked a lot about daylighting earlier, where people are recognizing daylighting in conjunction with a electrical strategy or a powered light fixture, and them working in tandem can make for a great environment for the employee.
Thank you very much for that. And I'm going to talk to this guy right here on my left. He was my landlord. We were joking for about 7 years, and he's gone on to work for a fantastic company called GolPro. And GolPro has a really cool project, Bill. called Mercury Court, and that's one of the reasons you're here today to talk about that. And Mercury Court, I mean, we'll hear from you, you're the expert, but was kind of an example of a building that maybe wasn't living up to modern standards. And GolPro went in and really changed that. So tell us about the Mercury Court project.
Sure. Thanks, Michael. Goldie Singh, the president of GolPro, originally looked at that building and saw a lot of potential due to its location. And when he brought me into the picture to examine the building, we saw an opportunity there because we saw that it was mismanaged. All the infrastructure wasn't properly kept in maintenance. And we looked at the tenant mix as well, and we said, look, there are good tenants here. Why don't we just upgrade the building so when the furniture comes in and when the lighting comes in, people that work can breathe properly, have a secure space to work in, and the operating expense, see if we could lower it and have them enjoy their stay. So sitting down with Goldie and discussing all the little projects, we've upgraded the corridors, we've upgraded the washrooms. Our biggest expense was the HVAC. It was all electric with a high operating cost of $8 or $9 a square foot. So we went to gas and new makeup air units. We looked at opportunities for security, but we also go a step further. And a good example is the security, where a lot of buildings have their own security in the building. We went a step further and invited all the Rideau retail tenants to be part of our security system. So they would pitch into the block itself. So you would have Rideau, Dalhousie, Cumberland, George, all patrolled around the building. So now the tenants felt more security. They breathe better air. Their operating expenses have been lowered. And of course, the upgrades have lowered the operating expenses. So they're looking at me in these years, says, how could we were paying so much more, yet you did so much to the building and we're paying a lot less. Yeah. So this is where we come in, and we make the car and the engine look good while they make the seats and the lighting in the car make look good.
That's a great analogy, and that's a great reminder, Bill, you know, how many different aspects. This isn't, it isn't just kind of like 1 + 1. There's so many different aspects that go into creating a best offices. And Bill, I'm going to come back to you. You know, again, I see the pictures that we've taken of these photos as I look at the videos. Like, the space is just stunning, right? Like, I actually feel like embarrassed to go back to my office because we're not living up to that standard. How does a company, at what point, and how does a company connect? So if I wanted to create a best offices for my company, when do I connect with ABI? What does that process look like? So on and so forth. What does that look like to work with ABI and create a best office?
Send me that question.
Okay. This is a very fluid conversation. I'm curious.
No, I mean, how do people end up at ABI?
Yeah.
Well, generally, I mean, we get a lot of referrals, so it's word of mouth, but we tend to work very strongly with the design community. Oh, yeah. Can you hear me okay? Yeah. We tend to work very strongly with the design community, so they will bring their customers in here to show the customers what the trends are today. So they bring them through our facility. That's why we totally renovated our other side, because Hayworth helped us design that. Here is what people are doing today. So, you know, the lower panels, the movable walls, and all of that stuff. So the designers and the architects bring their clients here to get ideas. Clients go back, say, this is what I like, this is what I like to saw, and I really enjoyed ABI and the people at ABI. So that's how it starts.
Right. And I know you were going to talk a little bit about trends too, so maybe continue
well, the trends, I mean, you know, you put a whole list of trends in the magazine, but I'd say the top trends right now are probably, one, ergonomics. Okay. Sitting is the new smoking. So height adjustability has been our biggest seller. Mm-hmm. Everybody is getting a height adjustable table in their office, including the executives. And then the other thing is collaborative. I mean, if you look at some of the white paper that Hayworth produces with all their research globally around the world, you know, there's so many unmarried people now, so many single people. Sure. The number of people who have no close friends has tripled since 1985. So we're lonely. We need to collaborate. We need to get out of our office and talk and share ideas, and that makes everybody feel better, especially the younger generation.
It's true.
Okay.
I think part of what you're saying is there's less differentiation between our work lives and our home lives. And I think if you look at some of the high-tech companies, they've always kind of been pushing the boundary there where, you know, they got the keg in the boardroom and they've got the pizza coming in or the catered lunches. And guess what? You tend to hang around a little bit longer at work.
Buzzword in the U.S. is what, resi office or something like that?
Yeah, residential. Yeah, that's a resi office. That's exactly it. Jeff, I want to come back to you and Flux for a second. And it's a similar question that I asked Bill. So if I'm watching this video and I aspire to create a best office, and I appreciate that lighting is going to be part of that, when do I connect with Flux, and what does that process look like?
Well, we always like to be involved at the very earliest, for sure, because we tend to be able to get a lot of information out earlier so we can narrow the design focus through the consultant typically. But whether it's a budget situation or just task-driven, a lot of the comments about flexibility and a multi-purpose space is a big part of it. So if we get in early, we can talk a lot about those different options. And with the industry, the way it's going, I almost reckon it back to, you know, in the past, the high tech was here's a laptop and go away and let's make sure you do your work. And now what we're finding is a lot of the offices are bringing people back to the office, but in an environment that is very flexible. So I'll use lighting as an example, where lighting fixtures are able to create different color temperatures from the same light fixture. So again, we're starting to talk about circadian rhythm, what lighting color temperature at different times of day works best with specific people or employees. So the tasks, the activities, and then just again, the connected office. A lot of us here, I'm sure, are connected, this sounds sad, but 24/7. That you're willing to help people out, but because of that ability to stay flexible, we're able to, with the lighting, again, as the spaces change, without getting into a lot of extra work, you can change the environment within that space.
Great. Thanks, Jeff. That's a great answer. Thanks for filling us in on that. Gives a lot to think about in the lighting. And Bill, we're going to conclude the panel with you. And it's a little bit of a look ahead to GolPro. So as we heard about, Mercury Court's been a big success for you guys. We saw one of the recipients is a tenant of that building. I want to get my stats here. You've gone from 10 tenants to 87 individual businesses in your portfolio in just a short amount, 2 years, in fact, I think. So if anyone here is interested, I certainly am, what can we expect from GolPro in years to come?
A vacation?
That's not allowed.
That's not allowed.
Back to the office.
Yeah, well, this is with Goldie and I work together, and we seek out these opportunities where we get across our desks some buildings that we do find them that are mismanaged, and there's opportunities in there to go in and turn them around. Like we did at Mercury Court. It'll be more successful once we lease that second floor. It's all ready to go. Then we're finding there's good opportunities there for anybody, like TripAdvisor is our tenant. Of course, you were a tenant before, so you know what kind of landlord you're working for. So hopefully a good one. And that's what when we purchase the buildings with the Goldie, we go in and introduce ourselves to the new tenants, and they're renewed. They see the work that we put into it right away. Immediate decisions are done, whether it's to fix a roof, pave, clean out the siding, change the windows because they're single pane, turn the building to green, bring it up to code. We take immediate action on the building, and when their leases come up for renewal and they see expenses either on a standstill or dropping, they automatically renew. And this is what I've experienced in the past as a landlord, where I had a 95% retention rate on a 300 tenant portfolio. And this with Goldie, we share the same philosophy, and when these opportunities come across, yes, we do grow. As landlord and owner managers of our portfolio. But since our interview 6 weeks ago, we're now 126 businesses. Wow. Okay, because we also acquire a lot of third party and some people that are not pleased with their present third party management company, they could call us in. We do a quick report and analysis on their buildings and say, look, there's lots of improvement, more revenue could come in. And then when they They just hire us, and then we turn the buildings around, and they get better return on their investment. So growth, yes, opportunities do come to Ottawa. Ottawa's a growing market. Opportunities are there, and yes, you'll see more growth from GolPro.
Well, listen, we're going to wrap things up. Thank you so much to you three gentlemen for helping us really understand at a deeper level what goes into a best office. And once again, I want to give a shout out to GolPro, to ABI, and FLUX Lighting. Thank you for being part of the panel. And thank you for watching this Facebook video. Just a reminder, please like or share the video to spread the news on Best Offices Ottawa. And of course, for complete information, including a digital copy of the magazine, please visit bestottawaoffices.ca. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.